Do you find keeping a dream journal a little bit boring? Do you find that you just can't actually keep up with doing it every single day because you just don't have the motivation to do it every time? Well, today I'm going to teach you how to make dream journaling more fun so that you're actually going to be looking forward to writing in your dream journal every single morning. Now, in general, with any habit, whether it's dream journaling, exercise, healthy eating, or whatever, you have to rely on a certain degree of discipline. Motivation isn't going to get you all the way because motivation can fluctuate from time to time. So sometimes you're going to have days where you feel really motivated and other days you're not. But that said, there are still ways to make it easier to motivate yourself to do something, and one of them is simply making things a little bit more fun. So if you're currently picking up your phone in the morning, writing in your dream journal, you're just typing a little sentence about the dream, you're saving your entry and then you're putting it away, and that's your entire dream journal process, well then I'm not surprised that you're not looking forward to it each morning. So I'm going to give you a few different suggestions to make it a little bit more fun. The first I've already told you guys about in previous videos, which is to consider sharing your dreams with friends. Ideally friends that are actually interested in dreaming or lucid dreaming, so you don't just bug the same friend who has no interest every single morning with all of your dreams. But you'll notice something when you start doing this. It is way more fun sharing your dreams than just writing them down in this dream journal that you hardly ever look at, or in some cases, for some of you guys who aren't analysing your dreams, never look at. When you share them with a friend and you hear about their dreams as well, it's interesting and you can talk about them, you can discuss what the dreams might mean or what the other person thinks they mean, and it gives you a reason to look forward to actually writing those dreams down in your messages to that person. It also has the added side effect of encouraging you to write your dream journal entries in a way that's more understandable when you come back to them. Because when you just write it for yourself, you often abbreviate it a lot. But when you're actually trying to share that story with a friend, you're going to give a lot more details and you're going to explain it in a clear way that they can understand. So that's the first thing that I suggest. The next is to actually consider going back to pen and paper. Now, if you find it impossible to do this because you find that if you get up and start writing things down, you're not going to fall back asleep if you do that in the middle of the night or whatever, or it's just, too much effort, you have to get up out of bed and so on, and by the time that you've done that, you forget your dreams, then maybe don't do this. But otherwise, give pen and paper a try. Get yourself an actual physical journal and write down your dreams there. It's like the difference between reading a physical book versus reading an ebook. Something about flicking through all the pages and having all of that information there in your hands is kind of nice and makes you look forward a little bit more to writing it. Alternatively, if you have been using pen and paper for a while, then try out one of these apps. You can experiment with the different features that they give you, like being able to search for different tags and being able to label your dreams in different ways. By changing things up a little bit from what you're used to, it's going to be a bit more exciting, a bit more fun. My next tip for you is to make use of some doodles. Don't worry if you're not the world's greatest artist, I'm certainly not, but it can be fun to actually jot down some of the things that you saw in your dream. For one, it's a really useful reference when you come back to those entries later, because sometimes the actual text descriptions don't immediately strike that chord in your memory, whereas when you see a little doodle of something that you saw, it can immediately bring all of those memories flooding back. And yes, you don't need to be a pen and paper dream journal user to do this. You can actually save the doodles separately on your phone somewhere, or you can use an app that allows you to both take notes and actually add images, something like Evernote, which is what I've started using for my dream journaling. By incorporating a bit of imagery into your actual dream journal entries, it can make things a little bit more fun. Another thing to do is to find ways to categorize dreams. Now, if you're using an app, then this can be adding tags, looking for dream signs to add as tags. It can be things like rating the qualities of the dream, like how clear it was, how long it lasted, how lucid you were, and so on. And when you do that, it can be fun to also go through other recent entries and look for similarities. Look for dreams that were similarly clear and try to figure out why. Why were dreams on this day, and this day clear, but dreams on the other 4 days of the week really, really blurry? Maybe there's a trend there. Maybe, you did something different those nights. Or perhaps you add a dream sign as one of your tags, or you write down a dream sign beneath your entry if you're using pen and paper, and you flick through some recent entries and you see, hey, I had that dream sign a few days ago. Maybe I need to make note of the fact that this is a dream sign I need to look for when I'm performing reality checks. Another thing that you can do is use your dream journal to challenge yourself and to play a few little games. So you can set particular challenges like, hey, I'm going to try and spawn 10 different items in one dream, or I'm going to try and visit a different country in each of my lucid dreams. Maybe you've been playing around with dream incubation and you've been trying to have dreams about certain things without necessarily needing to be lucid every time. You could play around with that and, set up scores for different things that you manage to achieve. Basically set yourself lots of little mini goals and lots of little competitions for yourself. Things to try out in your lucid dreams, things to try out with your dreaming in general, like, getting higher scores on the clarity of your dreams consistently over the next few weeks, stuff like that. and compete with yourself, and you're going to find that this gives you a reason to look forward to dream journaling every morning. And speaking of games and competitions, start having some tallies every week or every month for how many dreams you noted down in total, how many lucid dreams you had, how many short versus long lucid dreams you had, how many lucid dreams you had where you did what you set out to do rather than getting distracted or rather than failing at your dream control, and track these from month to month. Not only will having these goals and tracking these goals help you actually achieve them, but it's also a fun reason to get in your dream journal every morning because you're trying to up your high score. One way that you could do that might be picking up the Lucid Dream Book, which you can get using the link in the top right hand corner, and you can use the code LUCID for 15% off at checkout. But whatever means you use to improve your score, just working towards those goals is going to make this process so much more fun. So don't allow your dream journal to be an afterthought and to be something that's boring and that you dread doing every morning. Allow it to be something fun, something exciting, and it's going to become a habit that you don't break. I hope you enjoyed this video and found it helpful. If you did, make sure to subscribe and enable all notifications so you can stay up to date when my new videos come out. And if you want to keep watching, check out one of the videos on screen, go watch that, and I'll see you there soon. Take care.